We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, little TJ, who allegedly popped off the cheat, what was that, last month, is leaving heart emoji comments under Cardi B's post. Allegedly, little TJ is trying to do a song with Cardi B. Okay? Now, if you don't know the history of little TJ and Off the Cheat's beef, he popped Off the Cheat a few weeks ago because if you guys remember, Off the Cheat owes little TJ more than $10,000. He owes a lot of other people, and he's been getting exposed left and right. Now, let me know if you think Cardi B should work with little TJ, even though there's beef between him and Off the Cheat. I think Cardi B should continue to ignore little TJ. In my opinion, it's not going to be worth the drama. Didn't she have to get a restraining order on Off the Cheat? Imagine she start working with his ops. That's why she can't work with Lil Baby either. She can't do songs with Lil Baby because Lil Baby and Off the Broke got beef. And I think Cardi B should continue to ignore Lil TJ, ignore Lil Baby, and the remainder of the ops because it can get violent really quickly. And you don't want to be collateral damage. You got 4 kids. You need to just worry about your career, the next album, and stay out the way. Continue to do what you're doing now and ignore Lil TJ. And the thing is, Lil TJ a flop. Like, who is trying to work with Lil TJ? Nobody. Okay? That nigga is a flop. You are not successful. Nobody is checking for your music. The last hit you had was with Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke died like 5 years ago. Sit the fuck down, okay? And stop clout chasing. It also has been reported by the Cosmopolitan magazine that Nicki Minaj has been banned from the Met. I don't know why people trying to keep pushing this narrative. They're saying Nicki's invitations didn't just slow down, they vanished. Hollywood stopped returning her calls. This isn't settled anymore. She's been shut out. So they're pushing the narrative. They're saying the reason why she's been shut out is because of her political views and rants on social media. But there's a lot of political people that are sponsoring the Met and have always sponsored the Met. So this just doesn't make sense. I feel like it's more so Nicki not going to go regardless. You know, Nicki said before in several songs that she doesn't do fake industry events, fake industry parties. And like I said before, only Anna Wintour be able to disinvite her to the Met. And the people that are sponsoring the Met are also able to disinvite her. And the thing is, Nicki Minaj has went to the Met several times. But obviously, this time around, things will be a little bit different. But let me know how you guys feel about it. I feel like if the people that are sponsoring the Met can attend and they're very far-right political, I don't see why Nicki Minaj wouldn't be able to go unless the sponsors don't want to make Queen Bee and Camel Face feel uncomfortable, right? And, you know, allegedly, Beyonce has been pulling strings in regards to the guest list. She can't ban nobody, but she's been in communications with Anna saying who she wants to be there, right? She has her lapdog, Kelly Rowland, R&B singer Kelly Rowland going to the Met, and this is Kelly Rowland's first time at the Met. This is not a coincidence that it's her first time as co-chairman. And Camel Face and Beyonce have said behind the scenes that they think that if Nicki goes, she might approach them or try to intimidate them. And they're using what happened with Nicki Minaj and Purdue Chicken years ago as an example. Remember when she said, "What's good, Miley?" But that wasn't at the Met. And I feel like Nicki Minaj is classy. She would never do that. Now, moving on from that, Megan Thee Stallion has blacked out both her Instagram and Twitter accounts. Basically, a lot of people are speculating that she is going on a hiatus. She's going to take a few weeks, maybe a few months off. As we know, she canceled the remainder of her appearances on Broadway, so she could be taking a little vacation, especially since her breakup went public. But also, a lot of people are saying that she might be preparing for a rollout. Let me know how y'all feel about it. In my opinion, I think that Megan Thee Stallion definitely will use this breakup to release music, and I honestly wouldn't be shocked if she start dissing Clay in records. Even though she was saying, my man, my baby daddy, my man, my boo, my buddy. She was saying all of that in records, but I think she's going to start dissing now. She definitely going to start dissing. You know, she dissed Partisan Fontaine, she's dissed Tory, she's dissed Drake. So I definitely feel like she's going to be dissing Clay. But I don't know if that's going to help sell the record. Because when Megan Thee Stallion dropped music, it don't hit. Like, I feel like the controversy, is everywhere, but her music is not. People don't stream her music, and definitely men are not going to stream if she dissing Clay. They're going to be dissing her even more because they have been dragging her by her lace front all week. Now, 21 Below Average will be receiving Donkey of the Day. He decided to respond to Brilla's insults towards Scratch Off, basically calling her a side chick. And he said, I really learned things about my life on here with laughing emojis. Now, here's my thing with 21 Below Average. You could just admit that Scratch Off's your girl. I don't understand. See, my whole thing is Scratch Off and 21 clearly like the fact that people speculate that they're together and that, Scratch Off is the side piece because they won't ever clarify anything. And y'all can say, oh, they don't have to clarify. But then if you don't clarify, narratives will get pushed. Point blank, period. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You the only rap nigga right now that won't claim your girl. I don't understand that. Moneybagg claim Ari. ASAP Rocky claims Rihanna. Lil Durk claims India. What's the fucking problem? Why can't you claim Scratch Off if she's not the side piece? It just don't make sense. You're causing the narrative by not claiming her. So you look dumb, as always. And then y'all want to say, oh, people are in her business. Scratch Off decided to announce her pregnancy to use that to roll out her album. She should have kept it a secret like she does her relationship. Point blank, period. Now, moving on from that, allegedly, Rihanna is currently in talks to perform at the Copacabana Beach in Brazil in 2027. I think Shakira recently headlined. Beyonce was supposed to headline, I think it was last year or the year before. Okay, but now they're asking allegedly Rihanna to headline. I can't really see Rihanna doing that. Rihanna doesn't perform like that, And to be quite honest, I think it's evident that Beyonce is a 10-time better performer than Rihanna will ever be. So I can't really see her headlining, to be quite honest. We don't even know if Rihanna gonna ever put out music. That's how lazy Rihanna is. I don't understand why people are afraid to admit how lazy Rihanna is compared to Beyonce. Like, you can say whatever you want about Beyonce, but you can never call her lazy. So I don't really see this happening. I think that it would be very delusional for the fans and even, no shade, Copacabana to think that, Rihanna would be able to headline. But the streets are saying that allegedly Adele and Beyonce got a collaboration on Act 3. That's what the streets are saying. Let me know if you guys would be here for it. I definitely would be here for it, but Adele is boring. So hopefully, she only got like a 30-second, 40-second part. Because even though I do enjoy Adele's music, I think she's very one-dimensional. I can't even imagine her really doing anything rock. Let's be very clear. It's supposed to be a rock/jazz album. Now, maybe she's doing background vocals. And I do feel like Adele has the vocal ability to go up against Beyonce. Like her and Ariana Grande, they can go up against Beyonce vocally. But I think Adele is very, very, very boring. Like, she's just very one-dimensional. She makes the same type of records. Woe is me. My heart is broken. And I just feel like she'd be a very boring collaborator. Okay? I think she'd be a very boring collaborator. And that's one of the reasons why she doesn't do a lot of collaborations, because she is one-dimensional. And I don't think she's highly requested. I think some people have requested Adele to do collaborations, but I'm just talking about throughout her whole career. I don't think she's highly requested to do collaborations. But let me know if you guys would be here for it. I think it definitely will go number one. It definitely gonna go number one. And y'all are going to gag about it. Now, is Chris Breezy being targeted? Shots were fired outside of Chris Brown's LA home Friday afternoon, TMZ had learned. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ police were called to Chris's house around 4 p.m. yesterday after a report of a possible shooting outside the property. Goodness gracious, LA is just ghetto. According to our sources, a female caller reported that a shooting had just occurred and described the suspect as a black male, approximately 35 years of age, who allegedly fired at her vehicle during the incident. Is she accusing Chris Breezy of firing the shots? Because that really actually describes Chris Brown, low key. He's 35, he's black, and he's male. We're told when officers arrived on the scene, they interviewed both parties involved, adding the male suspect told police the women refused to leave the area, leading to an argument breaking out. The suspect allegedly claimed the situation escalated when the woman drove her vehicle over his foot, after which he fired shots at her car. Sources say the male suspect was taken into custody at the scene and arrested for assault with a deadly weapon and vandalism. So, allegedly, this probably is somebody on Chris Brown's team. Hopefully it's not Chris Brown himself, but he decided to clap back at the allegations. He said, at this point, this pattern is old. I'm looking at the news like the rest of y'all, wondering when and where the hell this happened. I've been in my crib this whole time. Ain't heard a gunshot, police car, or anything. Don't attach my name to none of the bullshit. I got shit to do. Okay, so that's what C Breezy said. He said he ain't got nothing to do with that. But C Breezy, if it happened around your property or near your property, you might have something to do with it. Okay, I don't put it past Chris Breezy to have one of his entourages point a gun at a woman. I'm sorry, I don't put it past C Breezy to do that. No shade. Not only that, people are calling Chris Brown's artistry out. A fan said Chris Brown does not have the huge classic records that are known and loved by every single race. He never transcended race, in my opinion. He's mostly just still a huge black artist. To be mentioned with MJ, etc., I think you need to have that effect as a black artist, where every race knows your music and loves you almost equally. MTV didn't even play black artists, but Michael Jackson was played on MTV. He's a great artist, but he's nowhere near close to MJ. Another fan said Chris Brown and Tyler Perry rose to the top of black music and film, but instead of raising the standard, they keep putting out recycled, generic, lowbrow work because they don't see the black audience as worth giving higher quality effort. Now, let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I'm like, damn, they just coming after C Breezy. Goodness gracious. Now, I agree with Tyler Perry. I think Tyler Perry's movie catalogs and resume is very lazy, and he makes black people look bad in all of his films. So I agree with Tyler Perry, the editing, the costume, even, how the movie looks. It looks always cheap, no money behind it. So I agree with the Tyler Perry aspect. In regards to Chris Brown, I think there's a lot of artists that do the same thing what Chris Brown do and put low or minimal effort into the music, because they know that y'all gonna eat it up regardless. Okay, it's not just Chris Brown. You know, no shade. I think Drake and even Taylor have done similar things. I think the only reason why people call out Chris Brown more is because he doesn't sell as much as Drake and Taylor. So they're going to call out him versus the other artists that do it. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have classics, because he definitely does. But I feel like his first 2 albums and maybe like the Fame album were really good. But I feel like anything after that, it was kind of a little bit redundant. And I feel like he knows that. That's why he did the song Fallen, because it doesn't sound like the typical Chris Brown record. But I think people are not going to really like the song as much as he thinks they're going to like it. I think they're going to pick it apart. 1, he's copying Sinners. 2, he's not even the highlighted vocalist on the record. It's really Tank, no shade. I hear Tank more than I hear Chris Brown in the song. So that's another thing. So I think people are going to notice little things in the song that they may not like. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Jocelyn Hernandez and Zeus, Taylor and Blake Lively, Selena, David the Singer on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.